I have a list for you right here with 7 guns that you need to make sure you have right now. First one on the list is a hunting rifle. Talking about a bolt action classic hunting rifle. All sorts of great choices here. I'm gonna make a couple of recommendations for you. If you are buying a new one, I would grab a Ruger American. The Gen 2 series is out. Get it in a 308, maybe a 6.5 Creedmoor. The Ruger American does a great job with accuracy. Get a nice quality scope in there. Spend a little bit of money on the scope. Spend more on the scope than you did on the rifle. I think you can't go wrong with the Gen 2 Ruger American. If you're looking for a deal, go get a Ruger American Gen 1. Nothing wrong with those. They improved a little bit of feeding and they made a change in the stock. So still a very, very good platform. If you can just find the Gen 1, maybe pick one up used. Again, stick with 308, 6.5 Creedmoor. Second one on the list, these are in no particular order, is a 22. Now, you need as many things as possible that shoot a 22 in general, but definitely a Ruger 1022. There are other semi-auto 22s on the market. You can't go wrong with a 1022. If you're looking to go new, just get the new one. Probably wouldn't mess with the takedown stock. That one is tempting, but I would just get the classic one. If you're looking for a deal, the used 1022s are available. Check pawn shops, gun shops, see if you can find something on the used market. If you want to try something that is new, it's a 1022, but it's got some upgrades. This is from Bear Creek Arsenal, and it looks just like a 1022, except this one's got that giant bull barrel. Not threaded in this case, but Picatinny rail on top, classic 1022 action. I got some great accuracy results with this, and this one is an upgraded stock. Nice big charging handle and that bull barrel. Lots of accuracy here. This is the BCA 201, and it is a great bargain as well. There's also revolver options that shoot 22. I would steer clear of the semi-auto 22s. They're a little problematic and you can only shoot specific 22 ammo with them, but a bolt action or a Ruger 1022, that's the way to go. 9mm handgun, you knew this would be on the list. I snuck it in as number 3. 9mm, there's a lot of choices here. If you don't know specifically what you want, just get a Glock. There's nothing wrong with getting a Glock 19, Glock 17. A 9mm Glock is a great way to go. If you can afford it, get one that you can do double duty with, like a Glock 19 size frame. It's not too small, not too big. It's pretty versatile, great size to go with. If you can afford two, get a full size and one to carry. This is a full size. Now this is an 80% with a Zafari barrel and slide, but this is a full size 17. It's large, fits your hand very comfortably. You'll love shooting a full size 9mm. Same thing here from BCA. This is the Grizzly. Nice platform, good grip on these. You'll love shooting a full size Glock. There are other choices than Glock, and if you have a brand that you like, whether it's a SIG or a Canic or something else, HK, Smith & Wesson, there's some other good choices. If you haven't already decided, I'll convince you to just go with the Glock. The Glock magazine is what makes the Glock so phenomenal. It's versatile and everything takes Glock mags. If you know what you're doing, you can do an 80%. I wouldn't necessarily pick this as my everyday gun, but there's nothing wrong with an 80% if you know what you're doing. So this one's a GST9. I absolutely love the frame. It's a long 17 frame with a short 19 slide. There's a lot that goes into the 80s. As your first gun or something that you're planning on carrying, that's not where I would employ an 80. I think of them as more of a hobby for me, but the ones that I have 100% dialed in and tested, I have no problem carrying them. That's just not really what we're going over in this list. So the 19 is the compact, the 17 is the full size. This is the 26, and it's real small, but it's equally as thick as those other two guns. And I got this because I thought I wanted to carry this little 26. And here's the problem right here for me is we have a finger and a half on it. They do make a grip extension, and that makes it tolerable for me, but this gun is just not fun to shoot. It is so small in my hand that I would much rather shoot something else. So what happens is this gun just simply doesn't get carried. Now, a 26 might work great for you, and there's nothing wrong with that if it does. A 26 would be absolutely great for a lot of people. It just doesn't work for me. If I'm carrying that size, I really would just rather carry a 19. And from time to time, I'll even carry a 17. Here is the Glock 43 size. This one in particular is from PSA, and this is the Dagger, and it does have a carry optic. Don't be scared of carry optics. They're 100% good to go. Get a quality optic that you know is gonna do well, but there's nothing wrong with carrying an optic. I've got backup sights on here as well anyway, but this gun is actually very enjoyable to shoot, and more of my hand fits in there. I do carry this quite a bit. If you like the Glock, but you're looking for a couple of other options or maybe something that's a little bit cheaper, BCA makes the Grizzly. The one I showed you is a 17 size, but the smaller compact Grizzly will be on the market very soon. Zero Delta also makes the FKS9. I've done full reviews on it. Love that gun. It does really well. Same story for the Anderson Kiger. The Kiger has been 100%. That is actually the gun I carry the most right now, is that Anderson Kiger. It's got a nice optic on it, and I really enjoy shooting that gun. We are probably approaching 2,000 rounds through it, and it's fully trustworthy. Next, a 12 gauge shotgun. Let's stick with a pump variety. Remington 870 or the Mossberg 500 series. That's pretty much where you're gonna wanna hang out. I would steer towards the Mossberg. If you're looking for something used, there's a ton of 870s on the market. You can swap different barrels on there and get that thing dialed exactly how you want it. The Mossberg 500 series will be ready to go right out of the box. Recommend that for you in a 12 gauge. We only have 3 left, but we're gonna talk real quick about Z-Grills, the sponsor of this video. Go check out Z-Grills. They have all sorts of cool pellet smokers. They have some crazy deals right now in the fall. They did some crazy deals this summer. If you didn't get one then, now's a great time too. It's actually cooled off here in Texas. I ran the smoker this afternoon. We had a big old chicken in there that we'll eat on this week. And since it's no longer 90 degrees in Texas and it's now in the 80s, it's prime smoking time. So I love my Z-Grills. I think you'll like them too. Check out Z-Grills. Thank you for sponsoring this video. The 5.56 battle rifle, you knew this was coming, an AR-15 in 5.56. Get a good one. If you've got $2,000, a Daniel Defense, obviously a great choice. The Geisley makes a good one. Sons of Liberty Gunworks, there's great top tier options there if you want to spend the money. Do not feel bad at all about getting an Anderson. Their new Duty series is phenomenal. It's carried by law enforcement all over America. It's a great solid gun. Now the whole buy versus build. Here is a 5.56 premium build. All of the components here are sourced from 100% reliable and assembled by me. I got it set up the way that I want it. And we are testing a cheaper budget optic on here. This is not the optic that I would choose if it was the last optic on Earth situation. So far it's been working absolutely fine. I have nothing bad to say about it. But we've got ambidextrous controls here, nice upgraded trigger, quality barrel, quality bolt carrier group, and a really cool billet receiver set that's solid. That's kind of like what we were talking about with the pistol. If you 100% know what you're doing, fine with you milling out your own 80%, fine with you buying a lower receiver and putting yours all together. If you have done a couple of them before and you know how to make them work right away, that's totally fine. I trust you to go for it. If you're not in that category, most of you are not going to be making your own and you're gonna go buy something. So just get the best thing that you can afford, but don't feel bad about grabbing an Anderson or something like that. They're a high quality gun that's carried and trusted all over the US. This next one on the list, I don't have, but I asked several people, 6 or 8 people to help me with this list. And a couple of them, 2 people replied with a Revolver. Both of them said 357, 38 special, hang out in that range with your Revolver. Don't go too big, 44 mag, don't do any of that. Just get a classic Revolver. Ammunition is really easy to find for them and they're very reliable. Okay, you made it to the end of the list. Just one more. If you have something that I missed or a detail that you'd like to include, I 100% read every comment. Put it down below and we'll be sure and check it out. So the last thing on my list, I debated digging this thing out. It's kind of put away and I don't see it or use it very much, but I am a fan of the AKs and I would like to maybe get another AK, maybe even play with one of those Palmetto State Armory AKs. They look pretty tempting, but an AK is a great choice, something in 7.62 by 39. I don't really want to get into the whole AR versus AK, I think you should probably have both. The 5.56 is prolific, and the AR-15 and all of its parts are prolific. You could always make the case that the AK worldwide is very easy to get parts for, and 7.62x39 ammo used to be really easy to get. Now it's not so easy to get, and you're pretty much going to have to get the brass. The cheap steel stuff isn't around anymore. Now, I have quite a bit put away that I'm just going to hang on to, but if you're buying an AK and you're buying ammo, that's a little bit tougher than it is right now to buy an AR and a 5.56. So it's possible that coming up at some point in 2025, there might be an AK on the list. I don't know. We'll see where it takes us. Thank you guys so much for watching. YouTube thinks that you'll like this video right here. I'm enjoying this list. I hope you are too. We're going to be working on these two guns coming up. I got delayed a little bit with this whole 338 ARC, but you'll see videos on these guns very soon. All right, thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.